Here's the latest news for Red Deer in central Alberta. The group behind a proposed homeless shelter in Red Deer says it understands concerns from the public, but says it is needed in the city.
Project Nexus is about bringing together shelter. It's about bringing together health services, mental health services, addiction services, recovery services, all under one roof.
Project Nexus is an initiative by the Red Deer Homeless Foundation. The project received unanimous approval from Red Deer City Council last week to rezone an industrial site for a permanent shelter. It will feature 200 beds with surge capacity. Darcy Miketitian says having temporary shelters is not helpful to the most vulnerable. The Safe Harbor shelter is slated to close in the spring.
We've been operating under temporary shelter operations for the last 6, 7, 8 years. And, the biggest part of the challenge with that is it's hard for people to make capital investments in a shelter operation when it's temporary in nature. This is a huge leap forward for our community in terms of making the investments that we need to be successful in transitioning people into permanent housing.
Development applications will need to be sent to City Council, which needs to approve this project. Last week, around 75 people spoke at a 2-day public hearing for and against the project. Today is day 2 of the Canadian Pacific Rail Bridge move. In this time-lapse video, you can see the south section being lined up with the north section, which moved yesterday. More work still needs to be completed, but this was a crucial part of the project. The entire thing is supposed to be finished by August. The Olds College Spring Rodeo has been canceled amid a dispute between the college and the rodeo program. In a statement, the college says it's taking full responsibility for the disruption, saying one reason is over additional animal care requirements, now part of the college's animal care program. Rodeo program alum Emily Pugsley also quit as head coach last week. She says the relationship between the rodeo program and the college administration had been strained for years. The on-campus rodeo features events like barrel racing, bull riding, and steer wrestling. It also serves as a key fundraiser.
The Animal Care Committee and the Olds College administration that oversees the rodeo program are not educated in terms of rodeo activities.
We were operating on a conditionally approved animal use protocol, and it had been revoked somehow. And so we were not allowed to practice for the past few weeks, and we are not allowed to use our stock until we are updated on the animal use protocol next Thursday.
Students are also on the hook for expenses related to the program. The college says it's working to see if the rodeo can be rescheduled. The women's ACAC volleyball championships went this weekend at Augustani and Camrose. The finals matchup saw the Camrose Vikings taking on the Lakeland Rustlers. The game was a repeat of last year's final. Lakeland came out on top, claiming gold 3-0. This is the 4th straight year the Rustlers have defended their title. Both the Vikings and the Rustlers will go on to compete at Nationals in Manitoba. The town of Black Falls Chairs for Charity fundraiser is back for a second year. Businesses can now register to sponsor the event and paint a chair ahead of the fundraiser. Participating businesses will display and sell raffle tickets throughout the month of June, including during Black Falls Day. 100% of the proceeds from each raffle will be donated to a local charity. Businesses have until March 13th to register.
As we take a look at the forecast for Wednesday, not too bad, fairly close to seasonal. Temperature-wise, we'll start off around -11, -12 in the morning. We'll see a mix of sun and cloud, a little bit more cloud to the west and to the north, and temperature-wise, highs anywhere from about -5 to -3 in the region. After that, we go above the freezing mark, a big jump in our temperature with a mix of sun and cloud. Here's a closer look at your Red Deer forecast.